Well, it's the day after Halloween, but that doesn't mean we're not in the mood to still keep dipping our toes in that spooky pool. And we got just the film to do it with when we're talking about the 2004 remake. You asked for it, everybody. We're doing it. Dawn of the Dead. Let's go to the mall tonight on a very special review. Got a little How You Met Your Mother reference in there. You're welcome, America.
Welcome to the Review, a show where two small-town dudes give you our big, dumb opinions. I'm Troy to the max, extreme.
There's no more room left in hell, so I'm walking the earth.
3K?
3K.
And today we are reviewing Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
You want to know something funny?
What?
I watched the wrong movie.
You watched the original Dawn of the Dead?
No.
What did you watch?
Falling Down.
We're doing that next week.
I fucked it up. Okay, I can remember Dawn of the Dead.
All right.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
We'll do it. We pushed it all back and shit just for you.
I know, what the fuck. I even was gonna ask you, I'm like, we're gonna do Falling Down this week, right? And I just didn't. God damn me.
You piece of monkey shit.
Let me just tell you, I am prepared for Falling Down.
Good.
And I'm gonna struggle through this one.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Oh my god.
When was the last time you saw Dawn of the Dead, Troy?
Came out in 2004?
Yeah, so you saw it
I saw
14 years ago?
No, I would say maybe 10 years ago.
We're going to do a nice little test on Troy's memory tonight.
Oh my god. This could turn out to be a fun show.
I may or may not make up facts from the movie. Just to fuck with Troy.
Okay, my embarrassment just has become intriguing because now I am really looking forward to the end of the show. But before we get to the fun, let's do a little bit of news up top. How about that?
Let's do it.
Just to wet my whistle and make me.
At least you're prepared for next week, Troy.
Let's see.
just forget all of that.
I'll just throw my notes away and flush my phone down the toilet. News, JT. Movie news.
Yeah.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence say Bad Boys for Life is officially official.
Oh, yeah.
So if your dream was to see the reunion between these two huge 90s stars,
Mike Lowry,
then this is the year for you. Next year, rather.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 3, entitled Bad Boys for Life, is coming to you.
You fucked it up, man.
Coming to theaters. There's still time to change that title.
There is.
Bad Boys 3 Life.
Bad Boys 3 Life.
They could just do Bad Boys Life, but the 3 is the E at the end of life. You know what I mean? Or the E is the 3.
I think you're trying too hard, Troy.
I'm just trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
You're trying too hard.
Are you excited, JT, about this reunion?
Sure. Bad Boys 2 was awesome.
Yes, I've seen Bad Boys 2.
Yeah. I don't remember too much of the original Bad Boys. The last thing I remember of the first Bad Boys is listening to the Credits Due review for it, and they shit all over it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Bad Boys 1. Maybe I've seen the end of Bad Boys 1. Wait, is that the one in the mansion, or is that Bad Boys 2?
Bad Boys 2 is the one in the... I think they both include mansions in some point.
Well, then maybe I've seen none of them. Just like this.
I've seen two separate Martin Lawrence and Will Smith movies that kind of bled together.
It's on brand for me tonight. No, I've seen one of them, but now I'm...
No, I'm thinking about it. I saw Falling Down. Nope. Didn't see Bad Boys 2.
God
I saw Falling Down instead.
I am such an idiot. I can't even fucking believe it. When you said Dawn of the Dead, and I literally... That's why I was over here holding my head. Not like rubbing my eyes because it's late. I'm like, oh no, what have I done? This is literally the first time we've ever done this.
I know.
I've gotten 2 lax.
Troy, you're dropping it. For this thing that we do as a hobby, you are not putting in 110%.
Oh. Next bit of news, JT.
Yes.
We're going to do news, anguish, news, embarrassment, news. Then I'll be back to intrigued again.
I will Passion of the Christ whip you in between every news segment.
Ridley Scott, JT, is moving forward with a project.
News?
Not an alien project this time. It is going to be a follow-up to his highly acclaimed Gladiator.
Yeah.
Gladiator 2 is going to continue the story of Lucius. I don't remember who Lucius is.
He's like the son... I think he's the son of the chick that he hits on.
So it's going to tell his story.
Yeah. Can't be Russell Crowe because he's bloated AF at this point, and he died. Spoiler.
You could get back into shape for that corpse.
Yeah. He could play a bloated corpse.
Oh, it looks like he's been floating in a river for many years.
Yeah. He somehow stayed in pretty decent shape for 20 years.
In the river.
In the river.
So yeah, I guess that's moving forward. I heard rumors of this like a long time ago. Probably the last time I watched Dawn of the Dead.
Last time I saw Gladiator was the last time I saw Dawn of the Dead.
So I never figured this was going to get off the ground.
Yeah.
And I still feel like it won't ever. Really?
Yeah.
Do you see this movie ever happening?
I don't know. I mean, if you make... My whole belief is if you make a movie good, I'll see it.
Anything will work.
Anything will work as long as it's good.
Sure.
I mean, hell, they made... shit.
I'm just waiting for you to say
I don't know how many... Well, they made Dawn of the Dead, and that was...
Oh, that's true. I remember that.
Do you?
But, well, like, maybe he's just going back at this point to, like, all of, like... Gladiator isn't even a franchise, though. Like,
no.
Maybe he's going back to old works to just tweak them.
Really, Scott is just... Yeah, he's old. He just
do what he wants.
Now he's just kind of riding his old
his
shit.
Name.
Yeah. Like, what did I make that was good? Gladiator? Make 2.
Yeah, I'll do another one of those.
Dude, put a 2 on the end of it. do the James Cameron and put an S at the end of it.
Gladiators.
Yeah.
Win right
dollar
there.
Sign, everybody.
Just put a $sign at the end of Gladiator.
Yeah, that's what I do with Aliens.
Red Dead 2 JT came out this last Friday.
Did it? Oh, I didn't remember on account of I've been playing it nonstop ever since it came out.
Damn
Troy.
It, you. Fuck. It's been just shoved in my face all week. Everybody on the internet has it except me. And I'm really bummed out about it. About as bummed out as me watching the wrong movie. So, who knows when I'll ever get to play it, but it sure sounds fun. Is it going to be brought up later?
I'll bring it up later, Troy.
Great. We'll move on. I got some Disney news, JT.
Okay.
Disney has already made its money back from its huge Lucasfilm purchase of Star Wars at $4 billion.
There you go.
What
a sound investment.
The receipts back from Last Jedi actually made it even,
there you go.
If not tipping it over the top of the $4 billion mark. And then everything after that now is just profit after buying that Lucasfilm.
There you go.
So, congrats, Disney. You own everything.
It's good to hear that Disney is coming out on top once again. You mean, they've taken so many losses.
Yeah, taking a lot of hits lately.
It's good to hear they're back on their feet.
Right. I mean, it was really cut and go there for a minute, and after they spent that $4 billion, how are they ever going to make that back in very few years? Oh well, They luckily pulled it out.
Yeah.
God
Good
damn.
for them. Good for them.
Fuck them.
So you don't like that, Troy? So you're gonna avoid watching the next Avengers and protest, right, Troy?
Fuck me. Of course I'm not. Of course I want to see the Star Wars. You know what I won't see? I
hate it. I'm just gonna bend over and take
I'm
it.
gonna protest, and I'm not gonna go see the Nutcracker movie. That'll teach them.
Wow, you and the rest of the world.
Apparently it stinks.
I heard it sucks.
Big surprise. It looks like it stinks. I got some more news on the Marvel Netflix train, JT.
Okay.
These are almost actual numbers. Now I say almost actual numbers.
Yeah.
Because a third party called Jump Shot Analytics got a rough estimate on the viewership of the last 3 Marvel Netflix outings.
Yes.
Luke Cage Season 2, Iron Fist Season 2, and Daredevil Season 3.
Yeah.
And the reason Luke Cage and Iron Fist were canceled was because both of them individually dropped 2/3 in their viewership.
Oof.
66%.
Oof.
I mean, Luke Cage was a little bit better, but it was still like almost 60% viewership lost.
Yeah.
And then Iron Fist was like at like 66%.
Yeah.
Not good. And plus their numbers weren't as big as Jessica Jones and Daredevil to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
It was...
I'm surprised Jessica Jones still weathered the storm and was able to come out ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. They probably did lose viewers for that, but not as many as Luke Cage.
Yeah. And I didn't get what the drop from Season 1 to Season 2 of Daredevil was, but in this... The first week Daredevil Season 3 was out showed a 50% drop from Season 2.
Oof.
Yeah. So you can't, I would imagine... See, I don't know, because Season 2 of the Daredevil had the Punisher in it, which I would think would have been a draw.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that viewership would be compared to...
Season 3 is the Return of the Kingpin.
That's true. But then, even then, it was a 50% drop from Season 2. So I don't know. So the future of this looks like it could be up in the air.
Yeah.
Granted, Daredevil at least got a Season 3, which I still haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
God, I haven't fucking done anything, it seems.
Except watch the wrong movie.
I really felt I was on top of it. God damn. So, yeah, that just puts into question what this is going to be all in all together.
I don't know. I that's a little disappointing because I feel like Daredevil is back to what made it so entertaining to begin with.
Yeah.
From what I've seen so far. I don't know if we're ever going to do a mini review for it in the future, but from what I've seen, a lot of the things that I liked the most about Season 1 show up in Season 3.
Okay.
Like, it feels like it's refound its footing from the first season.
I wonder... So this is going to be a comic reference. I wonder if, like, the number and viewership is just now kind of just leveling out.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the first few seasons was like, yeah, it's a lot of hype out. Like, a lot of people are into these movies now. Maybe they'll jump on board with here. But now it's just kind of leveling out to, like, the diehard fans that will consistently watch everything.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's
I think
doing that.
I think Iron Fist kind of killed it, the hype for it quite a bit. And then
Defenders.
Defenders being a giant piece of shit also didn't help either. So that probably killed a lot of momentum they had going. So everything from then on is going to suffer in some way.
Yeah. It would have to do something really big to get something back.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Another... my last bit of news here is another thing that could possibly die.
Okay.
Maybe I should have done a bit for this, but I'm just going to put it in news. Tyler Perry is saying that Madea is going to retire.
Oh, no.
In 2019. He's no longer doing the character. He's putting her to bed.
They should do a movie where she dies.
Putting her out to pasture.
They give her a proper
Send-off?
goodbye. Have her, like, brutally killed.
Oh, my God.
Like she just gets beheaded or something.
Just a bizarre skydiving
Do
accident.
like a when Chef died in South Park with her. He just falls off a bridge and gets eaten by a mountain lion.
So yeah, if you were looking forward to another Tyler Perry movie in 2020 that at least features Madea, you'd be sore.
Yep. Instead, he's gonna make
tush.
Melodramatic bullshit like he always makes.
Who knows? Maybe that goes over better. Probably not. I think the Madea is like a bigger pull than his other
I think
stuff.
Madea is probably the more entertaining thing that he's makes.
I want to... Hey, Google. What is Tyler Perry's net worth?
On the website youtube.com, they say, Tyler Perry's salary.
YouTube?
Tyler Perry net worth and salary. Tyler Perry is an American actor, director, playwright, and producer who has a net worth of $600 million.
Ooh.
He's doing all right.
I mean, he's fine.
Hey,
Tyler Perry. The
from YouTube.com. What the fuck, YouTube? What a roundabout way to do that, Google.
Yeah, what the hell,
Tighten
Google?
up them analytics.
No shit.
Hey, C Danger, I heard you in there. You want to come in here and hear something funny?
Yeah.
I watched the wrong movie for tonight.
Yep.
Idiot. What were you supposed to watch?
The the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead remake from like 14 years ago.
What are you gonna do with this
What an
guy?
idiot. Let's see if Dinosaur Neil is up. He's probably seen it earlier than you have.
Yeah, he's probably watched it for the
He
show.
has a full page of notes, including all of its stats at the bottom.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So you have no stats on this either, do you?
Obviously, I do not.
It'd be pretty one-sided.
I can write them down
Oh,
real quick
shit.
while you do news.
That'll be fine.
All right. But that's all my news that I got there, JT. Tyler Perry is worth 600 mil.
Is he single or?
Tyler Perry? Probably not. He probably has a loving wife. One that wouldn't want to leave him for a Tyler Perry type.
JK, you stuck with me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
yeah.
arguing that. You are, apparently. Listen, I'm already sad enough as it is, okay?
Because you watched the wrong Michael Douglas movie?
Yeah.
It's not even a Michael... Dawn of the Dead's not even a Michael Douglas movie.
No, I just like that it was a Michael Douglas thing. It was Michael Douglas having a bad day. Is what he watched.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
don't
he
ruin
had
it.
a
That's
bad
next week.
day.
Yeah. Don't ruin it now.
Who said he had a bad day?
Easy.
come on.
Spoilers.
Come on. Save all that for next week.
Golly.
Save that for next week.
God damn it.
Troy, since you're feeling sad, I'll tell you about Tom Hanks is sure feeling sad.
Is he now?
He revealed that when he recorded the last lines for Toy Story 4,
Yeah.
he said that it was so emotional he couldn't even face the crew while he said them in the booth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff.
He says that Toy Story 4 has one of the most emotional endings in Toy Story folklore.
Even after
Even
Toy
after
Story 3?
even after 3, yeah.
Jesus.
That's what he says.
They must be really going for the heart.
I know.
Just really twisting
Are
that
we gonna
knife.
we're gonna watch like Woody melt or something? Like, I don't know. Does Woody get left in the car? Or...
Oh, God. A dog eats Buzz, and
A dog.
the owner has to just walk behind the dog and catch all the poop parts that come out of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a real sad ending.
Catch all the
People
poop
are all,
parts.
everyone's crying while they're watching Buzz's shitty parts come out of a dog's ass. How emotional.
God damn it.
Like Buzz falls apart like the Megazord and Power Rangers.
Oh, God.
That would be
Pulling
sad.
my heartstrings.
No shit.
Jesus.
I almost cried when the Megazord fell apart in Power Rangers. You brought up earlier that Bad Boys for Life
Yep.
is on the verge of coming out. Well, there's another big sequel on the verge of coming out. Mike Myers has said that Austin Powers 4
Oh,
is, quote, looking good so far.
okay. Okay. Nothing definitive.
Yeah,
But
because everyone knows the person that knows quality is Mike Myers, the star of the Love Guru. Knows what's good.
yes. Yes. Have you seen... Oh, yeah, because we showed you that new Gong show when he plays that weird host character.
Yeah, why is he a character in that? Just be Mike Myers.
I kind of like the character. though.
All right.
I don't...
You like it more than Mike Myers?
Maybe.
Just change your identity, Mike Myers.
But
Just be that man from now on.
I don't know. I would be okay to see like a Mike Myers resurgence, as long
I've
as
heard
it's...
that he's like started to be pop up in other things. I think he's supposed to be in Tarantino's new movie too. I think, isn't he?
Well, didn't he just? He used him in Inglourious Bastards, right?
Yeah.
Did he use him in Hateful Eight for anything?
No. Nope.
Still haven't seen that either.
No. But I've heard like Mike Myers is popping up and stuff now.
Well, good.
So hey,
Get him back on this. Get him.
you heard Michael Myers was coming back, and he was like, "Hey, there's only one Mike Myers in this business."
Yeah,
Piece
baby.
piece of shit. Troy Birds of Prey movie
Yes.
still being made. I think I brought up a while ago that the proposed villain for that is Black Mask,
Yes.
and it appears that they have found their Black Mask.
Oh.
He will be played by Ewan McGregor. Ewan,
McGregor.
Yeah.
Okay.
what do you think of that?
That's a... Feel like it's a high-profile get.
There you go.
Good job. I mean, hopefully that still happens, I guess. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. All I can say is I guess for any of these DC movies, because
Yeah,
I guess they're still happening.
I don't know. I mean, I'm feeling more hopeful from what I've seen, but I've been hopeful for DC before. And, yeah. Just leave it at
Well
that.
put.
Leave it at
Well put.
that. Troy, I know this is a story that's been spread all through the internet, but I feel like it's worth bringing up on here.
All right.
William Daniels, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World,
Yeah.
at age 91,
Yeah.
subdued a robber during a burglary at his home.
Yeah. I, first of all, didn't know he was 91.
I didn't even know he was still alive.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
I think I brought that up in a group chat, and everyone was like, I saw that, that was great. Except you're like, yeah, I fucking saw it, obviously.
I sent it in a GIF, too. I just wanted to make you feel like a piece of shit.
Great. If you would have fucking knew how terrible I feel now, I bet you wouldn't have done that.
That son of a bitch, I'll show him. I'll watch a shit out of the movie we're doing tonight, Falling Down. I'll watch a shit out of it, and then he'll have to respect me.
I'm gonna review it so good he'll make his head spin. That's more if you're frantically taking out notes for the movie that I was supposed to watch, like an idiot. God damn
So
it.
there you go, Mr. Fiend. Our good friend Big A, of course, brought up the line of our group chat where he said, "I bet he talked him down with a very heartfelt speech."
That'd be amazing if he did, and just like
Yeah.
tapped him on the shoulder.
It's
and
not
like,
worth it.
yeah.
You have so much life to live.
And then as the burglar went to go leave, he shot him in the back.
Choke on it, fucker.
I'm 91. I don't give a shit anymore. Mr. Feeney, kicking ass.
Troy, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson. I guess he is on the cusp of making a scripted comedy series based on his life on a marijuana farm.
Cool.
I hope he is involved in the creative process somehow. I want to see.
Script.
And then I eat his children. On a marijuana farm, Mike?
Yeah, that's right.
Don't fucking touch me.
Then I ate his babies.
I fucking punch his goddamn
Real
fucking lights out.
sicko.
I beat the shit out of him.
The fit.
Troy, this
Yes.
might not be big news, but it's still news nonetheless. The Boba Fett movie is officially dead.
I read that. Do you think it's because The Mandalorian is coming out? And
That's
stealing
what
a bit
I'm
of its
thinking.
thunder,
That's
maybe?
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Did we talk much about that Mandalorian? I think we brought it up.
we brought it up, but I don't know what it's supposed to be about, really.
Could we do a bit of speculation or what we'd like to see in it if we were to ever watch it?
I guess. I mean, I don't even know what Mandalorians are in general. Like, I know Boba Fett's armor is Mandalorian, but I don't know if he himself was a Mandalorian. In the book,
Well, he was a clone.
yeah, in the movies, he's a clone, but Boba Fett's armor is Mandalorian.
I guess I didn't know any difference. I just want to ask Google if Jango Fett's a Mandalorian, and I feel like I'm going to get a shitty answer from YouTube or
On
something.
YouTube, Jango Fett, Django Unchained.
No, stop! Anyway, so I think Weekly Planet brought up that what they'd like to see in this is that, like, Boba Fett somehow escapes the Sarlacc pit somehow.
Yeah.
And just, like, gets gunned down at the entrance to it, and somebody just steals his armor, and then somebody else is just in the armor, and you, like, never really know who's underneath.
I've heard about that. Like, I think that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the Boba Fett moves on in
Yeah, and it's
spirit
just,
through his armor.
yeah, it's like a legacy hero, and it's like always somebody different underneath.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Except, I mean, the shot that we saw isn't like Boba Fett's armor; it's like somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But that'd be fun just have him having like appearance or whatever, and have him be a complete badass. But it just shows a backstory of somebody else, like taking his armor and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That'd
No,
be
I'd
fun.
be for it. Yeah. And I'm all for seeing different stories in the Star Wars universe, not just Jedis and shit all the time.
Oh yeah, same here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think Solo was so fun.
Yeah, but Solo ended up like cooling down for me after I sat on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I like to see a different story in it, but like it kind of sucked that like they were just in there to tick off boxes at some points.
Yeah. I don't know. I still had fun with it.
I thought it was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I thought it was going to suck.
But yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to. But you'll have to catch that on that Disney streaming app
I know.
coming 2019.
I know. We'll have to see if I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna get it.
Yeah, me too.
Damn it, fucker. Troy, Clueless is getting a remake.
Oh really? Clueless.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll get to see a new reimagining of Cher and her friends.
All right.
Were you a fan of Clueless, Troy?
Yeah, actually I was. I
Yeah.
remember watching it a lot. Like
Yeah.
after it came out on like home release for whatever reason. I don't even think I owned it. I think I just went to the video store a lot and rented it.
Yeah. Oh,
It-
Paul Rudd's in it, isn't he?
Yeah, but that was before I even knew who Paul Rudd really
I know.
was.
I
I was just like, this movie's fun. I think I should like it. And it's pretty funny.
yeah.
So that was me in the 90s. There you go.
Troy, I think I brought it up a long time ago that Ryan Johnson is making a new movie called Knives Out.
Yes.
And I stumbled upon an article where I guess he's attracting a fuck of a cast for this movie.
Okay.
Just this week alone, Jamie Lee Curtis joined the cast.
Hot off
And
Halloween.
this is on top of the other stars being Daniel Craig,
Okay.
Chris Evans, Lakeith Stansfield, Michael Shannon, and
Jesus.
Don Johnson.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, there you go. This Knives Out movie is going to be fucking insane.
Balls to those walls.
So, there you have it. That's all my news, Troy.
All right. Sweet.
All my news.
So
It's done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. What do you got? You got anything for trailers?
I only found one. I could not find a lot of trailers this week.
I got 3 just because they kept auto playing after I watched one of them.
Oh, okay.
But which one do you have?
I got. It's like a weird movie starring Natalie Portman called Vox Lux,
I got this one too. This one played after the one I watched.
and I guess it's supposed to be like a pop star who's like still going through issues because she survived a school shooting.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I couldn't gather that from the trailer.
I found a synopsis
Oh, okay.
of it. Yeah, so it's supposed to be about like a pop star who's like who's like kind of like juggling fame and also going through like these PTSD issues she has from surviving a school shooting.
Okay. Yeah, I got from the trailer she's like I don't know, like a Gaga type
Yeah.
of a performer, and she's got some troubling issues she's trying to get over with, but you couldn't really gather what it was from the trailer or whatever. And she's got like a daughter too.
Yeah.
That's like a teen. Looks intense. Natalie Portman looks like she's giving it everything she's got.
I know. Every time I see Natalie Portman in movies like this, I'm always like, this is going to be the Black Swan of this. Like, this is the Black Swan of pop music.
I did think of Black Swan immediately when I saw it. Because even a few shots where it looks like Black Swan. Like,
Yeah.
she's got her, like, face painted up, and
Yep.
it's, like, the moody lighting and everything.
Yeah.
The Black Swan of pop music.
And I guess, like, Halsey's, like, doing her voice, like, her singing voice for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's got a bunch of original songs by Sia in it, too.
Or Sia. Oh, no, Sia. Yeah, Sia
Oh,
is
okay.
the... Yeah. I thought it was Halsey, but I think it's Sia.
It's Sia.
Okay.
Listen, if there's one thing I know today, it's that.
Yeah. Maybe the only
Will
thing.
you just let me have this?
Let me have this small victory.
Holy shit, I'm not going to get over this. Well, so yeah, Vox Lux is that Natalie Portman joint, and that's got Jude Law in it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I guess a manager or something of
Yeah.
hers. Looks good.
Yeah. I would be for checking it out.
I have one. It's a kids movie,
Ooh, for
Called-
the kids.
Spies in Disguise,
Uh-oh.
where the titular spy,
Yeah.
voiced by Will Smith.
Ayo. Oh,
is-
hell no.
Oh, hell no, is the world's best super spy.
Yeah.
But somehow he didn't see it coming how some teen transformed him into a pigeon. And so now, I don't know why the reason he did, but there's a line in the trailer saying, like, there's so many pigeons in this city you can go on undetected. It's the perfect disguise. And the boy is voiced by Tom Holland.
Oh.
So, it's got, like, quite a big cast in there to voice cast, like, but it's a 20th Century Fox animated movie.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if since they got, like, bought, they're just like, but no, this would have to be
Yeah.
in production, like, way before then.
Yeah.
But, like, they're just like, yeah, do everything.
Dump it.
Dump it. Blow it.
Smile and blow it.
But, yeah, so as soon as I saw it was 20th Century Fox, I'm like, what? That's not DreamWorks or Pixar. But
Hey,
I don't know. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I'll probably never see this.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't look like it's up my alley at all.
I'm not for watching.
I wouldn't have even included it if they didn't have a ridiculous premise that he turns him into a pigeon. Because I only wanted your reaction, and the lukewarm one I got is pretty much what I expected.
About right there. Yeah.
The last one I have, JT, is a Rebel Wilson feature
Hi-yo.
featuring Adam Devine in a supporting role.
Okay.
It's called Isn't It Romantic? And I'm so glad that Washing Machine is at fucking full blast at this point. Thank you.
There you go. It heard you.
Entering rinse cycle. So it's about Rebel Wilson growing up and being told that life isn't like romantic comedies. Romantic comedies are stupid.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then she...
Enters a romantic comedy.
Yes, but in a fun way. Because
Yeah.
I was kind of not into the trailer until it had, like, the twist in it.
Yeah.
So she like grows up in like a mundane life. She kind of like is like blah towards everybody, and then she gets into an accident and hits her head, and then wakes up, and then everything around her is a romantic comedy happening around her.
Oh shit.
And like the color palette changes. There's people like doing musical numbers in the streets. Like it's like a full on like musical like romantic comedy.
That does
type
sound
thing.
fun. What is it called again?
Isn't It Romantic?
Oh.
And like just weird, like Adam Devine, like somehow like falls for this another chick in it like that because it's just like romantic comedy, and one of the Hemsworths is in it. And every time he jumps into bed with Rebel Wilson in the trailer, it like cuts to her waking back up, and then the Hemsworth brother comes out. I was like, I had a real good time last night. And then she's like, wait a minute. This is a PG-13 romantic comedy.
Oh,
so she
shit.
can't swear. All the sex stuff is cut out.
Oh.
Like, and they're aware of it going on. So
That's
like,
awesome.
it looks good.
Yeah.
Like, that's what turned me on to the
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So check the trailer out for that. Isn't It Romantic? Coming to theaters
Sounds fun.
soon-ish. What do we got for tourney stuff, JT?
Troy, Tournament of Random Movies is getting hot in here. As we had, of course, the matchup of the Lone Ranger versus Joe Dirt.
Yes.
Did you see one, Troy?
I did not see who won.
It was pretty substantial. Joe Dirt did not get a single vote.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The Lone Ranger
100%
got 100% of the votes. I think there's only like 5 votes, though.
Oh, man,
So
that was a
like,
low
yeah,
one.
that was a low one, but
One
still,
of those was
Lone
mine.
Ranger. Lone Ranger takes it.
All right.
Joe Dirt no love for Joe Dirt.
All right.
So
Dang.
there you have it.
Dang.
So we got the quarterfinals all lined up. With, of course, the Meg Street Fighter,
Okay.
Jerry Maguire, Princess Bride, Crazy Rich Asians, White Man Can't Jump, Beer Fest, and The Lone Ranger are
Okay.
in the
Quarterfinals.
final 8,
Okay.
which leads us to our first quarter. Ooh, my goodness, quarterfinal.
Dursted hard
Oh,
there.
that was
Killed them.
came out of nowhere.
Killed them all.
Killed them all. Leads us to our first quarterfinal match: the Meg versus Street Fighter.
All right.
And of course, what I do with all these, Troy, it's trivia block time.
Okay.
I got 8 facts, at least 3 from the Meg, at least 3 from Street Fighter, and 2 that could be either or that are put randomly throughout.
Uh-huh.
It is your goal to find out which fact goes to which movie.
Okay.
See how you fare.
All right.
This might be your chance to redeem yourself this week, Troy.
Okay.
See if you can decipher which fact goes to which movie.
All right.
Here we go. Fact number 1.
Yes.
The original director of this film dropped out because he wanted $150 million, an R rating, and he wanted to star in the film.
Wait, which one is it between again?
The Meg and Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
No, Troy, it's the Meg.
God damn it! All right.
Eli Roth wanted all of that.
Really? God.
He wanted $150 million, an R rating, and he wanted to star in the film.
God. All right. Okay.
Number 2, Troy. The lead actor would often be late or not show up at all, forcing the director to film scenes he wasn't in that the director wasn't prepared for.
I want to say that is Street Fighter.
That is Street Fighter.
Is it Jean-Claude?
Jean-Claude Van Damme was on a very bad drug addiction at this point.
Cool.
And would just not show up some days.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So, there you go. Number 3, Troy.
Got it.
The lead actor turned down a role in a film based on a video game to be in this film.
The Meg?
No, that's Street Fighter. Jean-Claude Van Damme was going to be in Mortal Kombat as Johnny Cage.
But
instead he went and became Colonel Guile in Street Fighter.
God damn it. He would have been like... I don't even know. Because, like, Johnny Cage was based off of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Even with all of his splits and all of his shit that he does. What an idiot, Jean-Claude.
Nope, he turned it down to be in Street Fighter.
Fuck. I thought it was going to be a trick question. I'm like, obviously, it wouldn't be Street Fighter. You got me there.
Yep.
You got
this
me
is a
diagonally,
sneaky
sis.
one, Troy. I'm
All
not
right.
going to lie. This one is kind of sneaky.
Okay.
Number 4. Disney originally bought the rights to release this as a film, but dropped out when a film with a similar plot was released while they were working on it.
I'm gonna say the Meg.
It is the Meg, Troy.
What's the other film?
This is kind of a trick question because the rights to the book The Meg were bought by Disney like back in like the late 90s to make it into a film. But then they dropped it because Deep Blue Sea came out around that time.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, well, fuck, this is like pretty much the exact same movie. So then they just completely dumped it all together and sold the rights off to
Okay.
somebody else.
Okay. Damn.
That was a trick question, Troy. So you got it.
Got it. Can't trick me. Which we know is false.
Number 5. I think that's the 5th one. Yeah.
It is.
The original color of a character was changed because it was deemed too hard to render on film.
Street Fighter.
No, that's the Meg. The
Really?
shark in the book The Meg was actually white, but it was hard. They found it was too hard to render in CGI, so then they made it just a regular shark color.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a Blanca question, maybe. Damn.
Nope, it was the shark.
God damn it.
Told you this one's sneaky. It's a
got
sneaky
me.
one.
You got me diagonally, sis.
Number 6, Troy.
All right.
Fabio was considered for a role in this film.
Fabio. I want to say Street Fighter, but because he's not relevant now, but that might be funny if he was in the Meg, or considered to be in the Meg, because he's not relevant. But I'm going to say Street Fighter, in the height of his butter. Can't believe it's not butter days.
You're right, Troy.
Oh, thank God.
Fabio was supposed to be Vega in Street Fighter.
Sweet. That would have been amazing.
Number 7, Troy. One of the lead actresses almost drowned on set.
Meg.
That is the Meg. I thought I might be able to throw you off because he'd be
Too easy.
Yeah, too easy. It's definitely Street Fighter because you definitely think of that. I would pick the Meg. Ruby Rose almost drowned on set.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so there you go. Last one, Troy. And this is
Okay.
kind of a big one.
Oh,
George Clooney was attached to this film at one point.
George Clooney. I'll say The Meg.
It was The Meg. That was back when it was
Back-
back when it was
The only reason I'm like,
when the rights were bought in the 90s.
the only reason I'm like, there's no fucking way he would attach his name to Street Fighter. They had to get Raul Julia.
So there you go. The Meg versus Street Fighter for next week. We'll see who wins. You had a favorite so far, Troy?
No.
Fair enough.
I don't. I have like zero interest to see The Meg.
Yeah.
But I've seen Street Fighter, and I know how bad it is.
But it's the last film of Raul Julia. Vio con Dios.
Maybe I'll pull for Street Fighter. I'll pull
All
for
right.
Raul.
There you go. Do it for Raul.
There we go. I'm doing it for Raul.
And then next week, I don't even know if I'll be able to pull this one off. Jerry Maguire versus Princess Bride. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to make facts for this shit.
Just have to be really detailed, like, movie-making facts that I would not know at all.
Pretty much. Pretty fucking much.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Well, make sure
There
to have
you
my
go.
Falling Down review ready for next week, then.
Perfect.
Oh, my.
So there we go, Troy. Our main event of the evening.
All right. Here we go. Dawn of the Dead. Debuting in America.
Yes.
March 10th, 2004.
It's a weird release.
Yeah.
Especially back here.
It's like, well, I would assume that there hasn't, because this like launched the zombie craze again. I don't know
for
why
sure.
it wouldn't have come out in like a scary
I
time
know.
of
I
the
would
month,
thought they would aim for more of an October release or something.
but they did it right before blockbuster season hit.
Yeah. I don't
And-
know.
Anyway, with a budget of $26 million, it
Yes.
domestically made more than double that at $59 million, and worldwide doubled that at $102.3 million.
It really, yeah. It put the zombie craze out there for sure.
And really shot Scott. I keep saying Scott Snyder. Zack Snyder's
Snyder.
name
Yeah.
into the stratosphere.
I think
at
this
that
is what
point.
got him noticed, and then I think it's 300 that really got him noticed.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's when he did like a lot of his stylized like
Yep. Yeah.
look that he
'Cause,
has now.
I'm sure you can attest this, Troy, because you just saw it. But Dawn of the Dead, like I could not pick a single Zack Snyderism out of it at all.
No, he made like everything more intense than like a regular
Yeah.
like a Romero zombie
Yeah.
would be.
To be honest, a lot of it, because like Zack Snyder's really well known for like his slow motion. Everything in this is really fast paced.
Yeah.
Like I don't really think there's really a scene in here where they really slow it down. It's all really in your face.
Yeah, it wasn't until 300 where he did like the
Oh yeah, well they just do
start
like
stop and
the start the very like the fast slow
Oh, yeah.
fast slow.
that he carried all the way throughout his cut of the Justice League. Hashtag release a Snyder cut. Rotten Tomatoes has Dawn of the Dead at 75%, and IMDb has it at a 7.3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4.
Yeah. Oh wow, you really liked it.
Yeah. And this ranks number 6 in zombie flicks in lifetime grosses,
Okay,
according to BoxOfficeMojo.com.
Okay. Gotcha.
Would you be able to guess? Now, these are varied.
Yeah.
Because zombie incorporates almost any zombie in any form of it.
I'm guessing Zombieland's probably in there.
Zombieland's number 3.
Yeah.
This also includes children's films.
What
If
the
a zombie is in a kid's movie.
fuck?
There's only one kid's movie in it, but
Zombie in a kid's movie.
you probably won't.
Addams Family?
No.
I don't fucking know.
The kids' movie is Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, Jesus.
And it ranks at number 2. Do you know the other 3, perchance?
Man.
One of them you'll
can't.
probably slap yourself for if you don't guess it.
World War Z?
Yeah, that's number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. World War Z sucks. That movie is just, it is a collection of just the same scene repeated 3 or 4 times in a row.
It
It is Brad Pitt lands in an area, gets information, zombies break in, Brad Pitt has to leave.
Yep.
You're watching that's 4
act
times.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, every act is that. That's every fucking act.
Yeah. Yeah. And it had such a fucked up, like, production. Like, that, it shocks me that it's, like, number 1. For zombie movies.
Yeah.
So it's a niche category.
Yeah.
But still.
Movie fucking sucks.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember anything about the movie besides that they're zombies that just run on top of each other.
Yeah. I mean, they do
Like a
look...
horde.
Yeah, they look very menacing. Like, they're really intimidating. But it's PG-13, so they can't show shit.
Yeah.
So it's just... You're just watching, like, these hordes, and they have to, like, really zoom back whenever they do anything, because they can't show anything. So it's like... Well, this sucks.
Yeah. Number 5 is Resident Evil Afterlife. Whatever that one was. And number 4 is Warm Bodies.
Okay. I didn't hate Warm Bodies.
I don't think I ended up seeing that one.
Is
that the
It's like the love story one.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of like redo Romeo and Juliet, but it's zombie and human.
Okay. Yeah, I think I missed that one.
They even do a balcony scene in it.
Oh, cool. So yeah, that's all my stats for Dawn of the Dead.
All right. So Troy,
God damn, I knew it.
what happened in Dawn of the Dead?
To my recollection, Dawn of the Dead starts out as a normal day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a little girl comes in, a bit zombified.
I would say all the way zombified.
Well, I'm downplaying. I'm building here.
Oh, by all means.
And
You're the expert. I'll step back and let you describe it.
And bites the neck out of
Good Lord, does he?
a dude.
Yeah.
And he is just gushing at this point.
Fuck.
That pans out to a full-out panic where an escape happens where they jump into a car out onto the street and zombie carnage has been taking place
Yeah.
out in the open air.
Yeah.
And that triggers off a whole survivor versus zombie thing happening in the movie where they take refuge in a mall
Yes.
and where they meet a colorful cast of characters
Yes.
and they go to try and wait it out and survive at this mall for as long as they can. That's Dawn of the Dead.
I would say that's close
Adequate?
enough. Adequate for having seen it 10 years ago.
Ving Rhames is in this movie.
Yes.
That's a fact.
This is a thing that happens.
I think he's a policeman or a security guard.
Yeah, he's a policeman, or he's in a policeman's uniform.
Okay. Isn't one of the guys from Modern Family in it?
Yes, Ty Burrell plays the best
scumbag?
dickhead Steve. Oh my god, I got some shit to say about Steve. I fucking love it. Like, Steve should not exist in this world.
Well, I mean, he's kind of like a bottom feeder, so like...
No, but like, there is legit carnage happening around him, and he's like, oh, I can't get my coffee.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love Steve so much. Like, he's the reason why they have to like totally like fucks up their plans to leave the mall. Because his only job is to watch the door, and he doesn't even do that. He's such a lazy douche fuck.
Yeah. I remember. I'll get to it later. Oh my god, I need to pull up IMDb for this.
But no, it's good. Well, what things stick out from Dawn of the Dead that you still remember to this day?
I remember a good chunk of mall stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it mostly happens there.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of the rooftop, like, shootout target practice stuff, which was fun.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun, like, scene. When they shoot the celebrity lookalikes.
Yeah. And they're chatting with, like, the people, like, across the way.
Yeah, well, there's
like,
one guy that's in, what's his name? I don't remember his name. I
Sign
think it's
guy
Glenn.
Dan.
I don't know. It might be Glenn.
Oh my
No,
god.
Andy.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy, the gun store owner guy. No, that's some really fun shit.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff with Andy, especially like, well, I'll say first off, like, this movie has one of the best cold opens to a movie. Like, this is up there as like maybe top 5 or top 10 best cold opens to a movie ever.
Oh, really? You liked it that much?
It's insanity.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it really
Like,
is.
It's legit insane. Like, nothing sets up a world better than just what fucking this Anna chick goes through in like the first 15 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
It's legit insanity.
Yeah, this is like, we said it before, like, before the zombie thing started again. So I guess if you were, like, not into seeing any of these trailers, going into this seeing a zombie flick, you would probably be expecting, like, another Romero, like, kind of zombie flick.
Yeah.
Because his name is attached to this, too. Like,
He's a producer, I think.
Yeah, and I just saw that James Gunn wrote the screenplay to this.
Yeah, that threw me off, too. I did not know that.
I had no idea.
And you can almost kind of get it because a lot of, like, the lines that kind of drop in here feel very James Gunnish.
Mm. And if he had a part in this, too, makes me... Well, I don't know. That'd be more of, like, a director thing, I guess. But I think it had a pretty killer soundtrack.
Yeah,
Right?
there's a lot of, like... There's a lot of, like, songs they play in this that are, like... I mean, this is... Like, a lot of the montages in this...
Uh-huh.
Like, the music they play, it's like, this is really catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Even, like, the Richard Cheese Down with the Sickness.
Which I was
That they
obsessed
play-
with after that came out.
So fucking good. Like, especially because it's just a montage of them just, like, fucking around in the mall.
Uh-huh.
And it's so good because it's just, like, Richard Cheese singing Down with the Sickness. And it's just everyone just kind of fucking around in a mall. Where you're like, God, this is so fun.
Mm-hmm. I could agree that it's like one of the best. Oh, anyway, to finish my thought though, like, so I guess to come into this, and I guess it's pretty shocking because it's even like in 40-Year-Old Virgin, like
Yeah.
the guys watching it on the TVs and everything when the chick bites the dude's neck out or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's just like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
it's like, oh shit, he fucked him up. But yeah, that was like super shock. I can't remember. I wouldn't have been able to see this in
the
theaters
first
at the time.
the first zombie you see is like a 10-year-old girl, and just rips the jugular out of a fucking dude, and like he gives like you can this guy is so good, like he's very convincing that his neck just got ripped out because he like lays on the bed and like fucking makes his like chin like retract into his neck. He gives like the best fat face ever as like blood is just shooting out of his fucking head. We were like, oh my god, did they actually kill that man to get this scene? Because he looks like he is just dead.
Yeah. And the effects in this, I think, are awesome. I don't know what like practical house did it. I want to say it's K&B Effects.
Yeah.
the same people who do The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
ones.
I want to say it is too, because the violence in this is really It definitely reminds me a lot of Walking Dead.
I want to see who actually did it. So yeah, and I really like the look of the zombies too, because it definitely, this movie solidified what zombies look like to like the present time.
Yeah.
Like it totally ditched like the classic, just like grayed out. Like it made them like gory, horrific, rather than like kind of just bloodied up.
And I do remember seeing like a special feature thing when I had this on DVD where like Zack Snyder, even in an interview, said that he went out of his way and like he cast called like people like with limbs missing and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like even like one of the coolest scenes in the whole movie is when they're going through the parking garage to restart the generators, and the guy that's like crawling across the pipes and like latches onto like Bart and just bites his neck out. Like that guy legit is missing both of his legs.
Damn.
And like that's the best, and it's the best way to get it because they even like stay on it for a long time where the guy is like on Bart's back just like biting at his neck, and I don't think you could get that if it was like CG. Like you had to do a lot of shit to get that, but like they went out of their way to like find a dude that was missing both of his legs to do the scene where, and like even down to where like he's actually the one like crawling on the pipe, like he's like monkey barring this pipe and then just latches onto the dude's back. It's like that whole scene is so fucking good because no music's playing, Bart's just talking, and you can faintly see him in the background, and then just jumps on his back out of nowhere. It's so fucking good.
I wish I would remember that. It wasn't K&B Effects, it was AFX Studio. But
they still did a really good job. They even just some random violent shit they do in this. Like a chick gets cut in half with a chainsaw at one point too. Like it's like, Jesus Christ! Like they really go all out for this.
This studio did stuff for the Nutty Professor. Did like the fat suit for the Eddie Murphy Nutty Professor.
There is a man in a fat suit in this, so yeah, I can see that.
They also did the effects for Men in Black, the practical effects for that.
Okay.
Which is good. And then they did some for Cinderella Man. I don't know what they would have done, but
yeah.
Good for him. That's it.
All right.
I'm exhausting my knowledge for what happens here.
But well, I'll go on. But one of the things I noticed the most that I think the movie's really smart about doing is like, I feel like as the movie goes on, like the characters become more and more stereotypical. Like especially like all of the characters from the truck are just they're pretty much all stereotypes in some way, but they're still likable enough where like you can get behind them. But it's smart because it's like like the more if the characters that last the longest, like you get to know them better. Like Anna's pretty much just a fucking cardboard cutout of a person. Like she's the first person you meet, but it's like you get to know her well enough where it's like, okay, I kind of can tell what she's like. And then Ving Rhames is like, he's like a muscular guy in a cop suit, but like you kind of get to know him more. Like he's all about like trying to find his brother and shit. And then they come across Michael, who's like the white dude that like Anna's kind of like smitten with, and then Mekhi Phifer and his pregnant like girlfriend, and then they seem a lot more like they're kind of more flushed out, and then they get everyone from the truck is kind of a stereotype. Like you have the fucking like the trucker chick that sounds like she smokes like 12 packs a day. You got the closeted old gay man that like wears women's shoes. You've got like the airheaded slut that like bangs Steve all the time. You got Steve who's just like a fucking, he's legit. He is so asshole that he shouldn't even be in this movie.
So asshole. But like to his credit, like I only remembered like Ving Rhames and he were in this movie. Like he does it very well.
No, I I agree. Like, he definitely sticks out as, like, he is the quintessential dickhead in the movie, but he's such a dickhead where it's like, you do realize you are living in a zombie apocalypse. And he's just like, well, guys, you know, could really get some more coffee in here. I'd really appreciate it. Like, motherfucker, we need bullets. We need guns and bullets. And you're just like banging this, like, filming yourself banging the freaking blonde-haired chick.
That's during like a whole montage.
Yeah,
scene,
they're doing the
it?
montage where he's like filming himself like fucking the blonde chick. And her one line is, "Fuck me harder, Steve." But I almost think like Bart, the other security guard guy, I think he's even bigger dickhead because he doesn't last as long. But he has some lines in this that are just fucked. Like there's Ian's like he calls the younger security guard guy a faggot at one point.
Okay.
And he insinuates that he's going to rape Anna at one point.
Oh God.
He's like, because like she like talks back, and he's like, "You better like," and then like CJ, like the head security guard guy, is like, "You better watch your mouth," and then he's like, "I'll show you what to do with that mouth." Like, Jesus Christ, Bart, fuck you. There's even like a scene in this when they insinuate like, "Hey, I was gonna bang this fat chick tonight," and then the young guy is like, "You do realize everyone's dead. Like, your whole family's dead. That fat chick is dead." And he's like, "Yeah, I know. That sucks." But, like, insinuating, like, it sucks the fat chick's dead. I was like, you literally only care about
scumbag.
fucking, yeah. He's just this shitty redneck that wants to fuck.
He's got his priorities, man.
Oh my God. And then he just has like the grossest face too. I think Bart is a bigger piece of shit than Steve. He just ends up dying halfway through the movie.
Okay. So remind me of how it all breaks down inside the mall. Like, breaking down meaning like all their shit's kind of like getting crashed in, or like the zombies of like breaking through the glass.
No,
at this point.
They're pretty well fortified throughout the whole movie. Well, they do the whole thing where Andy is living on the whole other end of like town almost. Like the only way you can see him is through binoculars.
Right.
And he does a whole thing where like he shows a sign that he's hungry.
Right.
And they're planning on breaking out. And so if they're going to do that, they figure that they need Andy because he's really good with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So they have this whole plan where they're going to send the dog Chips across the street to send him food. And then when they do that, the zombies get in and bite Andy. And then, of course, the girl that's like smitten with like the young security guard guy, that's like her dog. So she's like, Chips! Chips! God, she's so fucking annoying in this. Everything is Chips! Chips! Where are you, Chips? Chips!
Oh no.
So yeah, so like the dog's in there. Andy's bitten. He's a zombie now. And then she steals the truck that the truck from when all like 5 or 6 people show up there.
Right.
Drives it into the gun store, gets into the door, finds her way in, and then Andy's like banging on the closet door trying to get to her. So they plan this whole rescue mission where they're going to go through the sewer. They're going to go through the sewer and then go up into the gun store and get her and resupply on guns because they need it to break out because they like souped up all the mall shuttles.
Okay.
And then they, of course, they have Steve watch the door.
Right.
So they can go through the sewer, and then Steve's not watching the door. The zombies get through, and they have to rush out.
God damn it, Steve.
Fucking Steve. But, yeah, all that stuff. There's so much shit in here where it's like, I feel this movie does the perfect balance of camp and seriousness. Like, they do have, like, they're pretty fucked up serious moments, like the whole scene where like the pregnant chick gets bitten and then she gives birth to a zombie baby.
Right.
Like that shit is fucked. But then they do shit where they like soup up fucking mall shuttles. And like they do this shit where like they're joking around with Andy across the street where he's shooting people that look like celebrities. Like they still find that way to keep it fun. Like I think that's the thing with Walking Dead is that they got way too serious, where it's like everything is life and death. Whereas in this, there's still like, let's have like
bits of levity.
Yeah, let's have fun. Like we're still human beings. We're not gonna like be somber all the time. Like let's find a reason to have fun in this, albeit somber world, but it's still a world that we're alive in. Let's at least try and have some fun.
Yeah. As when I saw this the first time, I was actually, because I don't really ever get into horror movies ever. I never really have. But when I finally got around to seeing this, I think it was like out on video by the time I saw it. But I was really stoked at like the pacing is fairly breakneck.
Yeah, I was
even during the slow moments, like it's still punchy enough where like there's never really a dull moment through this.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you were saying, like it is, like, for lack of a better word, it's a fun movie.
Yeah, even a lot of the slow moments are lead ups to another action scene.
Yeah.
Like even like that whole montage is pretty much to get all of this shit out of the way where it's like this is the shit that's not going to be zombie killing action. We're going to show you that they're actually living their lives. Now we're going to get into like nonstop we're shooting zombies.
Yeah, which in hindsight, seeing more Snyder movies from there on,
yeah,
like, he does action very well.
He
so
does.
That was probably a smart idea to get him on board.
Yeah.
To do a ton of this action-packed movie. What's the runtime on this? Is it fairly
It's a little
short?
less than 2 hours. And which I was surprised because it like the whole movie it never really stops. It's hard to like find any fat on this movie. It's a really lean film, especially for being more than an hour and a half. Like usually like if a movie is an hour and a half, it's an hour and a half because they're like, we cut out all the shit we don't need. Now here we are.
Yeah.
But with this, like even
it's 100 minutes long.
Yeah, but even like the slower moments in it, it's like it's like still scenes you need to further the plot along to get to like the next.
Care about people.
Yeah,
too.
to get to the next scene where shit goes down, and like I said, like when you get like your characters that you get introduced to in the beginning, like you get Michael, Anna, Ving Rhames' character, like those are kind of like the main three you kind of get introduced to, and then everyone after that is either really over the top or kind of a caricature of itself. But it works for this movie because it's like you don't want to spend a whole lot of time with backstory for this because it's like you're in a zombie movie. You don't want to like fucking do a bunch of flashbacks for what was CJ like in his fucking past life before the zombie outbreak happened. No, you make them be caricatures of themselves. So like you see what they're doing, and it's like, oh, okay, I bet you did this. I bet you were like this before the zombie outbreak happened.
Right.
And then like with Anna, Michael, and Ving Rhames' character, like you get small glimpses of their backstory by the things they say, where it's like they don't have to be caricatures, but they're in the movie so long that like they're given those chances to like kind of show to kind of tell what they were like outside the zombie universe. So like it feels like you know them as well as you know like the stereotypical characters. So it's like you're more drawn to them because they seem more dimensional, but in the same sense, the ones that you don't know as well, you still kind of know because it's like, oh, you're the dumb slut. You're the you're the Trump supporter. You're the fucking like everyone outside of those three are kind of a stereotype, and I think it works really well for this movie.
Sweet. Sweet. That whole rant, and I just like have a one-word answer. Yeah, but I completely agree because there's no, as you said, there's no fat in this, anything to trim, and like I'm trying to compare it to like other things that have come out after this, and the only things I can come up with are like the follow-ups to kind of this movie. Like, it's not like they're connected, but they have like the other remakes of like Land of the Dead and Night of the Dead and all that kind of stuff that came out.
Yeah.
Which, like, were okay. They did kind of fun stuff in them.
But they still did the slow-moving zombies. Like, Zack Snyder really got it right with doing the running zombies in this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
It really ramps up, like, you're fucked.
Right.
Like, if you are in any situation where you see a zombie, you're fucked. Because it's like, you have no time to prepare.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the fast zombies?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Okay, good.
There's so much more, like, it's so much more, like, you have no time to prepare at all. Even in the beginning, like, you can almost see how it could spread so fast. Just based on, like, Anna's interaction with, like, her husband in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's, like, he's dead, and she's trying to call 911, and then he just kind of gets up and, like, looks around, and she's like, oh, my God, you're alive. And then he just, runs and jumps at her. Like, she has no time to, like, think, like, there's something off about you. It's just, he sees her and just jumps right at her and tries to kill her. So it's like, if we were going like George Romero zombies where they're moving slow as fuck, she could be on the other end of the room and he's just like, and I'm like, something's off. I don't think you're the same person. I kind of don't sense that you are who you were before.
Should I make you some soup?
Yeah.
Would you feel better with soup?
But no, and then they even, like, play where, like, she takes the car and drives away, and, like, they make it where it's, like, they're really fucking fast. Like, he's,
Yeah.
like, on the tail of the car for, like, maybe 3 blocks. Until he, like, sees someone else and then goes and eats them.
Uh-huh.
But it's, like, when they're fast, they're fucking fast.
Yeah. I also liked from here that, because this is, like, where they were introduced fast zombies, like, they obviously use them in World War Z, and they also use them pretty effectively in, like, the 28
Yeah, 28 days later, yeah.
days and weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite, is it 28 days or weeks where it opens?
That cold open of 28 weeks later is fucking awesome.
Is that the one where it pans back to that, like,
yeah, the one guy,
whatever?
the one guy running and, like, the prairie full of zombies
And
just
they're
chasing him
after him. Oh my god! I just thought about that the other day, and I was just like, I need to watch that movie again.
28 Weeks Later is such a good movie with the most disappointing ending.
Yeah, I don't remember the ending to that one, but I remember loving 28 Days Later, and I saw that, like,
28 Days Later is really good.
I remember seeing that, like, way too late. Like, it came out, everyone loved it, and then I was, like, watched it, like, 8 years later or whatever, and I was like, is anyone talking about 28 Days Later?
I saw it, guys. Can we talk about it now?
Yeah. But yeah, but then I watched, it was like 28 Weeks was, like, already out by the time I saw them. I watched them, like, back to back or whatever.
Yep.
Man, those are good.
Yeah. Both of them are really good, but 28 Weeks Later is such a fucking disappointing ending. They literally
how does that end?
They literally just stopped giving a fuck. Like, it literally, like, it ends with them, like, I think they land a helicopter in the middle of London, and they're like, they have to find somebody, and then it says 28 days later, and then it just shows, like, the vehicles are abandoned, and then it cuts to black.
Yeah.
Like, I think they were planning a sequel, and they never did it.
I think it's still in the works, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 28 years later.
Oh, Jesus.
They're, like, trying... every once in a while, I hear, like, rumblings of it, like, maybe happening still. And I'm like, all right, make it. I'll see it. But whatever. Anyway, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, yes.
So...
But, no, yeah, Dawn of the Dead, I think they play it really well, as opposed... Like, in terms of seriousness and campiness, even the... Like, I feel like Walking Dead could totally borrow some shit from this to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much character shit they do in this that's just different, that's fun. Like, Andy's whole fucking thing, like, you barely hear him speak. The only time you hear him speak is when he's on a radio.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, all you really do is you see him lift up these, like, dry erase boards from 3 blocks away, and like he's like Ving Rhames' best friend,
Yeah.
and they never heard each other speak. Like that's such a fucking cool thing. And Walking Dead never does shit like that. I feel like either because they feel like they have to stick so close to the subject material, or what.
But at this point, they're not really. Like they're hitting like major beats.
Yeah.
But they're kind of still doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
But like the thing that the movie has going for it is that it's only trying to tell a story in 100 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas like they're trying to tell a story over like 13 plus hours.
Yeah. But the thing with The Walking Dead is that they're always doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm surprised it's still going for
I am
another
surprised
season.
too.
But I can't imagine it's still getting like a high viewership.
No. I don't know.
But
like they lose viewers like every year that it's on.
the only people watching it now are like the cast and crew. But like 28 days later, not 20 days. Well, Dawn of the Dead did well in this. I feel like the first few seasons of Walking Dead did pretty well because they kind of did similar things, especially in the first season where it only had that 8 episodes. Any character that was kind of introduced, other than Rick, didn't really have like a huge backstory, but they played on like the stereotypes of like people, which Dawn of the Dead kind of did, to get like a quick like, hey, you kind of know what this person's like.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then you got to like flesh more people out as long as it went. But, man, yeah, but without this, there wouldn't even be a Walking Dead comic.
No. Oh, really? Walking Dead was made after this?
Yeah, this was made in 2004.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, I don't think came out until 2005, maybe?
Really?
Now I gotta look that up. But
yeah, this really, I feel, does the whole zombie genre in a way where it's even more terrifying than George Romero had set up. Like, it really plays it up where, like, zombies feel like I feel like one zombie in, like, the George Romero universe is not threatening. I feel like one zombie in the Zack Snyder universe is threatening. Because it's just... It's a fucking maniac that just wants to bite you in any way, shape, or form. And it's fast, and, like, it doesn't think. Like, humans still have, like, the thing where they think, where it's like, oh shit, something's coming at me, what do I do? What do I do? Zombies are like, bite, 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 bite. Like, they don't think about what they're gonna do next. All they do is tackle you and then try and bite you. That's their only motivations. Whereas, like, when humans are like, okay, what do I have in the room? Oh, he's on me. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
I was wrong. 2003 is when the comic came out.
Oh, really?
So, I suppose The Walking Dead could have been the thing that, like, whet the appetite for a zombie craze to come back.
Maybe.
Because The Walking Dead was... the first 5 issues came out, and it was, like, doing okay, and then all of a sudden, like, people, like, realized, like, how good it was, and then everyone was like, hey, this is good, and then sales increased, and if anybody was aware of that, at, like, because what, did this come out through Lionsgate?
Shit. I want to say it was...
Because for a budget of $26 million...
I want to say it was maybe Universal.
It's not like a huge gamble to make this movie for $26 million.
No.
So they could see, like, hey, there's a bit of a niche that's out there that needs something that hasn't been around in a while.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we just, like... They wouldn't even... By 2003, they wouldn't even have to fast-track this. Oh, it came out in 2004, so maybe they would have.
Yeah.
But, like, they could have been concurrently going on about
Yeah, they could have been...
time.
Yeah, because I feel like they would be filming this as it was coming out. Mm-hmm. As, like, the comics... Because this came out early 2004.
March,
yeah. So this almost could have been made as, like, to aim for, like, an October 2003 release, but then something maybe might have happened.
Yeah, maybe. So now I'm just rethinking it again, that, like, just the double whammy of both of these things really would have spurred it off.
Yeah.
The popularity of the zombie stuff coming back. Okay, so, like, I asked you before about like the quick and slow zombies, and it's ironic that like Walking Dead is just enough popularity, and they do the slow zombie thing, like the Romero type.
Yeah.
I kind of like have an affinity for both. I really like the franticness of like, and it's like more like really horror, like shocking horror, like the fast type zombies. You like really have to think, and you're fucked. You're immediately fucked.
Yep.
But I do like that the slow ones, like you can be somehow don't realize that you're like surrounded because they're not just like bolting at you, you know? Like all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh shit, there's like 50 of them here or whatever, all groaning and coming at you at the same time.
Yeah.
Especially if it's done pretty well. Sometimes The Walking Dead, I feel like it hard that they didn't see like 50 zombies around or whatever. But
that's the thing. Like with this, I feel like you could get sidetracked very easily in this universe. Like even like the whole scene with Bart when he dies, where he's just with a flashlight and he's just talking, and there's just this fucking thing climbing through the rafters that jumps on his back. Like that, you could not do that in like the Romero universe or the Walking Dead universe.
Oh, but what I also like, because the original Dawn of the Dead, I really liked that the first zombie you come across is like, you could mistake him for like a sick man.
Yeah.
Because like he's
in Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah. It's like he's not like a gory, like dismembered body.
No.
He's just a guy that died who now is just like, hey dude, are you okay? And then all of a sudden your jugular's bitten out or whatever it is. So I think that's kind of cool too, but since it's since taken a different form after the Snyder zombie craze.
Yeah. But no, I feel like the Snyder zombies, I think, are way more threatening.
Oh, I completely agree. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. No, yeah, it's God. Even like there's scenes in this where they're just like they go out for no reason. Like when the truck first arrives at the mall, and they're like, "Oh man, we got to back him up." And like Mekhi Phifer and Michael have guns, and they go out there and like try and like take cover for them. And it's like literally like they get out there and like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why are we here right now? Because it's like literally like there's like maybe like 6 or 7 that see them, and even that's like enough where it's like, man, we're fucked. And, like they're shooting, and then like they even like play it where like Michael can't get him in the head all the time, so like he shoots and he's like, fuck, and he's like wasting bullets, and it's like, man, like if in like a universe where like they're slow, it's like, well shit, well I'll do my best, and then if I don't get him right away, then I'll just run away. But with this, it's like, if you miss, you're fucked, because then they're just gonna run right at you, and you're dead. Like everything about it is so threatening.
My God,
it
makes me wish I would have watched it.
it's so good.
I might watch it after, like, sometime later this week.
All right.
And I'll be disappointed next week when I got to talk about Falling Down. Not really, but
do like a small Dawn of the Dead recap. But they even do like a thing where when they finally escape the mall, they do the whole thing where they have the big propane bomb go off so they can drive through the horde of the zombies. But then one of the buses crashed, so they have to save the people in there. And then when they save the people from there, then all of the hordes from the mall catch up to them. So it's like, you can't do that with the slow zombies.
Right.
So it's like, well, fuck. If like for every minute that we're not moving, they're getting that much closer to us.
Yeah. Okay, so remind me how this one ends. This one end on a boat?
Yeah, they take Steve's boat.
Okay. All right.
Because their whole plan is that they soup up the mall shuttles, and then they drive to the marina, and then they take the boat out into one of the lakes. Because this takes place in Milwaukee.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Too close to home. I don't like it.
But, yeah, so that's how it ends. Like, I think Anna, Ving Rhames, young security guard guy and the chick that he's smitten with and Chips are the only survivors.
Chips.
Chips the dog. But then they even do like a really cool like credits where they find Steve's camera and they like show like what their life was like on the boat through like clips of like the credits, and then it's like clips from the camera, and then clips of the credits, and then clips of the camera.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So it's really well done. Like, I'm surprised Zack Snyder is how he is, because it's like this is such a fucking good movie. Like, even how it's shot, like how like the soundtrack's amazing, the action's amazing, like all of like the small little nuances they do with characters, like falling in love with a character that you can only read like what he writes on dry erase boards,
right?
Like 3 blocks away, but you're still like, I fucking love Andy. Like they find ways to make this different and really fucking good.
I wonder, so like after this, Snyder went on to make 300, and from there he pretty much had the clout to really, I'm assuming, not have a lot of studio direction.
Yeah, I wonder if this is he was the no-name director that they put in charge of this, and then the studio kind of coaxed it along.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of, like, especially with a lot of, like, remakes or, like, throwaway sequels, they just hire, like, a no-name director because they know that he's easy to manipulate.
Yeah, as bad as that sounds.
Yeah.
It's kind of true. I'm trying to look up his filmography to see if he did anything before Dawn of the Dead. Looks like just a bunch of music videos.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's, I don't know, because like 300 is good, but it's so over the top compared to this, and like
and
Dawn of the Dead
way
is
more stylized.
Yeah, because Dawn of the Dead is over the top and with certain characters, but not as over the top as 300. Everyone in 300 is over the top.
Yeah,
There's a goddamn man painted gold in 300.
well, granted, like like 300 is almost a direct adaptation from the book.
Yeah.
Like, going back and reading the book, like, it is literally almost no different. In fact, but I like the I would rather watch the movie than read the book.
Yeah.
Because it does expand on a few things.
Yeah.
But then after that, like, he does Watchmen, and then he does Guardians of Ga'Hoole. Which,
Oh, yeah. I've never seen that.
Me neither. And then Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Which is a
We've got to do Sucker Punch with Molly Pop sometimes because she fucking loves that movie.
Yeah, I remember you saying that now. But then, like,
I really want to get her idea on it.
So Sucker Punch is like his first like original thing that he's done.
Yeah.
Because everything else he worked off a screenplay from Romero and James Gunn for Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
300 was a direct like Frank Miller thing. Watchmen, Alan Moore, Guardians of the Ga'Hoole. I don't know who wrote that.
I feel like Zack Snyder is like a really big comic book fan, and I think that's what he films like. Like all of the like slow motion scenes are supposed to be like the big splash pages of his films, I think. So I think he kind of films like how a comic book is laid out.
I can totally see that.
Like the things that he wants people to really focus on and really, really like digest, he puts in slow motion.
But then that's not like done in this. Dawn of the Dead.
No. This is completely different. I don't think anything is in slow motion in this. If anything, like
it's fast motion.
Very everything is like very fast in your face, and that's what I like about it.
I was gonna ask if you noticed that like maybe they did speed up the film at certain points, because like maybe I'm thinking of something else, but it seems that I remember that maybe they clipped it like so it looks like they're running faster than they are. Do they do any manipulation like that? Or
I
is
mean,
it
maybe,
real
but
time?
I can't really tell. I just think it's more in your face, like more like how the zombies can just run,
Yeah,
and just without even thinking they're already like right there.
Uh-huh. Sweet. Well, maybe I'll go ahead and watch it. Maybe that would make for a better show.
I think you convinced me. I'm probably gonna watch it now.
Well, what would you go ahead and grade this movie then, there, JT?
This movie is really good, and like I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I don't think there's any fat to it at all. I never found myself like checking what time it was.
Mm-hmm.
Everything moves along pretty smoothly. I'm gonna give it like a solid A.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with this, especially revisiting it. It's really fucking good.
I have seen this movie a few times, and because I recommended it to a lot of people when it came out, when I first finally saw it.
I think you recommended it to me because I remember. I think I watched the first time I watched it. I think I bought it on pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, I'm from memory. I'm also probably gonna give it an A.
Yeah,
because I remember really loving this.
Yeah,
when it came out. It's 14 years ago, and then not seeing it for the last 10 years. But I still really have. I can't think of anything that I didn't like about it.
Yeah,
at all. So yeah, I'd give it a solid A. Like maybe if I get to watching it next, I'll maybe have a redux of a grade. But
right on.
Who knows? But yeah, good one to end the spooky season of October
with.
Yeah,
exactly.
God damn me. I also want to apologize to the listeners for me just being a bumbling, stupid idiot on this fucking episode. God damn it.
Hey, Troy. It's all good. We still got about an hour and a half show, though.
Hey,
at this point.
Great.
So we found a way to really spread it out.
Really pad.
Yep.
Thanks for carrying this episode.
Hey, I try. I try.
So, did you... I'm going to ask the stupid question. Were you into anything else this last week, JT?
Well, I did see the movie Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah.
The movie with Lakeith Stansfield in it. It was good, but I feel like they tried to say too much with it. Have you heard about Sorry to Bother You?
Just in name only. I don't know too much about it.
It's like it's directed by I think he's like a former rapper, like Boots Riley.
Okay.
And like it got like really touted as like a very different film that came out this year. And it is different. I love the way it's filmed and like how they try and like make a statement and stuff. But I feel like it tries to say too much.
Mm.
Like they literally like run the gamut on like shit they're trying to like. This is a movie where like this dude wanted to fucking save the world with one movie. Where I'm like, dude, you only have like 2 hours. Just say one thing. It's so much. Like he legit goes through like
what'd you say the movie was called again?
Sorry to Bother You. Like he goes through like how the viral age is like fucked up. Like he talks about like how people are willing to like flush their values down the toilet for like money and fame. He talks about like modernized indentured servitude. Like he goes through so much shit and it's all interesting and he finds really cool ways to comment on it, but it's like here and there, like fast, where you're like, do more of that, do more of this. Like I want to see like what it would be like if you expanded on this one particular thing more. But I feel like he wants to say so much with this one movie, where it's like, why don't you make like, you could literally like make like 6 movies off this one movie, and actually make those 6 movies say something as opposed to like this.
Yeah, I saw a few trailers for this. I know what movie.
Like it's still good. I think it is really well made, and I really do like the way that he lays out certain things. But I feel like he just tries to say way too much, and I think that kind of takes away from like the whole message of the movie in general. Where I'm like,
Oh man.
I like what you're doing, but you are literally saying it 1 minute and then moving on to something else the next.
Oh man, I was looking forward to kind of seeing this too.
I would still say check it out. It is really well made, and I think it's completely different from anything else that's been made in a while. I think he's a really cool eye for telling us, for like putting a message out there in a way that's not conventional, and I really like what he does with it.
Is it on VOD?
Yeah. Yep.
Sweet.
It just came out on VOD. I thought you were gonna say it was on Netflix.
Get the disc.
Yeah. Actually, I did get it on VOD because I really wanted to see it because it just
Sweet.
came out. But
Good.
no, I would still suggest checking it out. Just I don't know. I wasn't disappointed. I just wished that he would have focused more on particular things as opposed to like going like fast firing like a whole bunch of shit over and over.
Is this one of the, like, if you watched it again, kind of subverting your expectations, do you think it would be better, or you would still have the same
I
issues?
think I don't know. Maybe I would like it more. I'd have to see it again because I only saw it once.
Sure.
But no, I don't know. It is good. I would suggest checking it out.
Okay.
But no, sorry to bother you.
Okay.
Check it out.
Good.
And beyond that, I've been playing a fuck ton of Red Dead Redemption 2. Troy.
And
This is the most like Rockstar had to have no life for years on end to make this fucking game.
yeah,
It is enormous, and there are so many small, minute things that play factors in this. It's ridiculous. Your facial hair grows in this.
oh, I've heard all about it. Yeah.
It's dumb how much fucking detail they put into this fucking game. Like, I almost would warn you not to get it, Troy, because you would be obsessed.
Okay.
Like, I still, like, Molly still gives me, like, a fair amount of time to play this.
Uh-huh.
But we still have contention every once in a while where it's like, you still want to play this? I'm like, motherfucker, this game has fucking everything. I can't.
I already know if I get it, I will get nothing else done.
You won't. I'm not.
I will be up late.
I'm playing this on my lunch breaks.
Oh my god.
I'm like waking up earlier so I can play it before work.
Oh my god.
Like I don't have a lot of time as it is, so I'm like making time for myself
time in.
to play this. It's fucking ridiculous of a fucking game.
IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
I'm not fucking surprised. You're literally living a man's life in this.
Oh my
It is
god.
so fucking insane. Even nothing in this game can be done fast. I'll tell Molly, I'm just gonna do this quick thing, and she's already like learned that nothing is quick in this game. Even when you hunt, if you hunt one deer, it takes you like 15 to 20 minutes.
Really?
Because you have to track it.
Uh-huh.
You have to find it. You have to track it, find out where it is. Like, even when you track it, it's still fucking hard to find, because if you get anywhere close to it, it runs away.
Uh-huh.
You have to use a bow and arrow because you'll scare everything else away.
Uh-huh.
And then if you don't hit it right, it runs away, and then you have to track it again to where it dies. And then it's usually still alive when you find it, so then you have to kill it. Mm-hmm. And then if you can either skin it or take the whole carcass with you, and then you take the carcass back to your camp.
Yeah.
And then sell it there.
Jesus.
You have to do all of that for hunting, because if you hold on to it, then the carcass rots, and then it's useless.
Jesus.
So you have to do all of that shit just to hunt. It's like legit.
That
like
sounds so tedious, but I love it.
Yeah, it's like a legit. Like every time you hunt is like a 15 to 20 minute thing.
Great.
Where I'll legit say to Molly, I'm just gonna hunt this deer and then I'll be done. And she's like, okay. Then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, God damn it, that took for fucking ever.
So like, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is all that small stuff, such as like that you didn't have to really deal with in like Red Dead Redemption, like hunting or like bathing, shaving, getting a haircut, is that like kind of getting in the way of other things, or is it like kind of like a fun little thing?
No, it almost makes it feel more immersive because you're almost like they almost kind of play it out like it's like an action game and you're a sim.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Sure.
Where it's like you have to like maintain yourself in a certain way, but you're still living this like action-packed life.
Okay.
Like no matter what you do, no matter how many times you like try to like stave it off, you have to sleep in the game.
Yeah.
Because like there's two different bars. There's like a heart that like has a meter, and then there's a meter around the heart that's your health. And the heart goes down, and like you can like make it go up a little bit when you eat food, but it keeps going down. You eventually have to sleep to fill the whole fucking thing.
Okay.
So like it does like set in where it's like it doesn't matter if like you have like a campsite on your horse, so it's like if you're in the middle of nowhere and you don't think you'll be able to get to your camp when your like heart or your energy is completely down, you can legit set up camp anywhere you want and then sleep there for like 6 hours.
Great. I think you could kind of do that in Red Dead Redemption, but it's not to that same effect.
Yeah.
But...
And it's the same thing with hunting too. Like if you don't think you're going to be able to make it back to camp to sell the carcass, you can just set up camp and then cook the whole carcass and eat it.
Okay.
So it's like, it is like so fucking immersive and it's so fucking tedious, but it makes everything feel like you earned it.
Okay.
So much more.
God damn it.
There's a mission where you hunt a bear and you can wear his head as a hat.
Oh no! I don't have this game yet. Dinosaur Neil actually came over this last weekend, and I'm like, so, how you liking Red Dead? And he's like, actually, I haven't played it yet, because I know once I do, I will get nothing done.
Yeah.
So he's holding off on playing it.
My God, he has an iron constitution.
I think, yeah.
And
I think he's done playing Spider-Man at this point.
Yeah, I've been done with Spider-Man. I breeze through that. It's so fucking... This Spider-Man game has probably the best story for a Spider-Man ever.
That's what Neil said, too.
It is so fucking well done.
Oh, boy.
Even the movies, this is a better...
Just jealous as all fuck.
But the one gripe that I will give for Red Dead Redemption 2 is that the tutorial takes for fucking ever.
Oh, yeah?
You're legit playing for 2.5 hours before they open the entire world up to you.
Okay. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, it takes a while to get to it, but once you get into it, my God.
One of my buddies at work said that there was a leak of the Walmart and Target Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
And there's a PlayStation 4 bundle with Spider-Man.
Ooh.
That's going to be out there for like $200.
Ooh, you better jump on that shit fast.
Yeah, I just may. So, hopefully I can do that.
But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, do not plan anything for at least 3 days if you get this game, because you're gonna be so fucking invested.
Oh my God!
Like I've just been playing bits and pieces here, and I'm just now getting to the point where it's like, I guess I can maybe not play this right now. It's hard, but I guess I'll stop.
Fuck.
I'm at a camp now where we stole a boat, so you can row the boat into the middle of a lake and fish.
Literally, I will need to use the rest of my PTO to just play this game because I don't know when I would ever get a stretch of time where I could get anything done in it. And if I do that, I will get cursed the fuck out. Oh my god. Well, do you want to know what I was into? It's not that good. But...
Oh, sure.
I finished what is available on Netflix for The Good Place.
Okay.
And you know what's fucked up?
What?
Because I didn't see the end of season 1.
Yeah, you pretty much guessed the whole thing.
What the fuck? I finished season 1. I'm like, holy shit! I kind of nailed that guess.
Yeah,
and I wasn't.
You didn't guess that it was all 4 of them.
Right.
You said it was just her, but I was like, when you said it, I was like trying to keep my straight face. I was like, he already fucking knows it.
That was fucked up. And so, I guess spoilers for The Good Place if you listened last week.
Yeah.
I won't say it now, but then randomly at the end of season 2, at the very end, they end up in Australia.
Yeah.
And I also brought up Australia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Was I just
Did
on
I watch
another plane of existence?
Did I watch this show in a past life?
And I just said that on a fucking whim. Just because I was thinking about the Weekly Planet. That was it. I was like, oh my god. So anyway,
but you said that like you thought that was kind of lame. Do you think they played it out really well?
Yeah, it was way better than what I thought.
Yeah.
Because the actors and the way they wrote it,
yeah,
it was genius.
Yeah. Even the way Ted Danson turns on a dime too is really fucking cool.
Because if he didn't do that, it would have been how I said it last week or whatever.
Yeah.
But they played off so well, and then season 2 is. Did you have seen season 2?
Yeah. We're halfway through season 3 right now.
It's season 2 is great. All the ups and downs and back and forth. And
he keeps erasing their memories.
So good. Oh yeah, but it's probably one of my favorite shows that's currently on TV.
Yeah. And season 3 is really good too. Season 3, they just send them back to Earth.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of that yet.
It's so good. They're doing so much shit where Jason, I won't spoil how he gets it, but Jason gets a whole bunch of money. So he establishes Macho Man Randy Savage International Airport. It's just everything about it is so fucking good.
And all the characters in there are great too. Every single one, even Cheaty, who I think I wouldn't like. Yeah. I love Cheaty in this.
I remember Jason was always kind of annoying to me, but he's slowly turning into my favorite character. Especially anytime him and what's the Indian chick's name?
Mahari or something like that? Is that right?
I don't know. Fuck, I can't remember her name. But no, her and Jason are always really interconnected with each other. Uh-huh. And I'm usually never a big fan of comedies where it's just a character just explaining the obvious. But the way she does it is always so fucking good. Yeah. Because it's it's something Jason isn't even picking up on at all. And she's like, Jason, it's this. And he's like, oh yeah. It's the way she plays it and the way he plays it, they just work so well together. Yeah. It is so fucking funny.
Yeah, so good. So anyway, Good Place. And it's a breeze to get through. They're 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
And there's only 13 episodes a season.
Oh, yeah.
It's... Me and Chelsea watched season 2 in a weekend.
Yeah. And season 3 is currently playing, but it's on Hulu.
Good. We'll probably pick it right back up.
Yeah. Me and Molly are all caught up on it, and it does not skip a beat.
Damn. Good. And the only other thing I got, it's more of a plug, but the Imperious Rex Halloween episode dropped yesterday, 2 days ago on Halloween,
yes,
as you're listening to this, where we had 2 guest host the show. And that has been going over surprisingly pretty well.
I know, I've been seeing the the guest hosts even bringing it up that you've been retweeting and favoriting, where I'm like, oh, my old celebrities are actually paying attention to you.
Yeah, So I'm just gonna break it out right here. Me and Dave dressed up as two internet comic book YouTubers.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell them we were doing this. We just did it and hoped that they wouldn't be like cease and desist or whatever. And they have been taking it in stride. Both of them have.
Yeah.
And their fans that haven't seen us think it's funny.
Yeah.
And we're like, we fucking pulled it off. Like,
yeah.
It worked.
So, like, yeah, I wonder how your analytics... I hope your analytics, like, really fucking jump up from that then.
So, like, we don't get, like, an insane amount of views. We have, like, 3 videos that, like, have done very well. Like for whatever reason, they struck a chord.
Yeah.
And that's how we got, like, a ton of viewers in a chunk of time or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, we got a Hellboy one that's almost got, like, I think, like, 8,000 views. Which really isn't...
Lord mercy.
Which really isn't, compared to, like, the people that we are impersonating, a lot at all. It's a lot to us.
Yeah.
But, like, they'll get 8,000 views in the first hour.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, when we tagged these 2 people in them, we had 500 views in the first hour. Which, like, some of our videos don't even make it to 500.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, shit. Like, fuck us, right? Like... That's pretty good, and the fact that they were like into it and are like chatting back and forth with us is like, hey man, that was a really good freaking parody. Like, good job, good on you. And I'm like, thank fucking God, he's not like, fuck you, you suck. Everyone hate him, ban him, or whatever. Banned from YouTube.
You are banished from the internet.
Yeah,
you cannot do internet anymore.
So, yeah. So anyway, you can check that out on the YouTube.
Sweet.
That's fun.
Now we got to figure out who we can impersonate.
Yeah.
So we can.
Well, we can impersonate people on our sister shows. Like, you can be Joe Rogan and I'll be Mark Maron on our sister show. You know, WTF and the Joe Rogan Experience.
There you go. We can do that for sure.
I'll just call him.
Hey, UFC!
Hey, welcome to my garage. Have you seen my cats?
No, we've been impersonating Bernard for God knows how long. Why isn't that actor fucking retweeting us?
Because he doesn't know how computers work.
That's true.
Let alone Twitter.
That's true.
Or is
fuck.
dead.
He's probably dead. Hey, Bernard, are you dead?
Yep.
He's dead.
He did not
He
respond.
died. Nope. He's in his MAGA hat. He's dead right now.
But anyway, that's the show, JT, this week.
It is.
Next week, we have what I watched.
What you watched.
Coming up, we'll have Falling Down.
Falling Down. And then for our Monday show, we're going to do a flashback where we talk about the film that started the zombie craze altogether. The Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
That we did about a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Like
that
July
long?
of 2017, I think we did it.
Oh, okay.
We did this episode like right around the time that George Romero died.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So,
a tribute to him. Yeah.
Yep. So we will go back and do our flashback where we talk about Night of the Living Dead, when we talk about all the wonderful things such as why is Barbara and her brother driving 3 hours to lay flowers on a grave, and why does that one guy love the basement so much?
So look forward to that. And if you want to, you can find that movie free on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because through a snafu, which I think we explained in the episode.
We do.
It's not copyrighted.
Literally, the last line of the review is, we should really go back and check out that new Dawn of the Dead. It was pretty good.
Oh my.
Literally the last line of the review.
Jesus. So yeah, check that out Monday. We'll check out, and then check out Falling Down following Thursday.
Yep.
We got a full action-packed week for you
Action-packed.
ahead. So JT, if people want to talk action to you,
action!
where can they do that?
catch me at Bucky for Everyone on Twitter. Also Bucky for Everyone on Instagram. And hey, why not Bucky for Everyone on Snapchat? Troy!
You can find me at Troy to the Max on Twitter. You can find us both at ReviewPod on Twitter. You can also find all of our stuff on Facebook if you dare. You'd be in for a scare because we're never on it. We do respond if you message us on Facebook,
Yeah,
but
so
otherwise,
do it, fuckers.
We just like let the things auto post. To be honest,
Yes.
If you're listening to us right now, you're doing something right. But you can also find us on a multitude of platforms, such as our hosting site, reviewpod.podbean.com, and you can listen to us on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. And who knows, maybe even Player FM, which I think you can.
You might be able to do that.
If you are an Apple user, you can rate and review us on iTunes. That would help us get some more eyes and ears on the show. If you like the show, that helps other people find it. And if you got something to say long form, you can do so at Gmail, which is reviewpod@gmail.com.
Yes. Also review Turn Around Movies.
Yes.
We got The Meg versus Street Fighter. Those two classic films.
So hop onto the Twitters.
Hop on.
Cast your votes. Voting is important.
Voting is important.
You've seen all of the commercials.
It is pretty convenient that we're going to be doing Falling Down the day after voting when it's about fucking angry white man. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure you have some notes. Do you have some notes on that, Troy?
I got a full page of notes and a whole page in my fucking Google Docs. So we'll get into that next week.
Yeah.
Or it'll fully be absorbed into my brain.
Yeah.
But until next time, I've been Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am JT3K.
And we're off.